Hello everybody, Gray Still Plays, and today I want to show you guys a new survival style game. This game is called Subsistence, and it's pretty goddamn legit. And what I mean by that is that it is legitimately difficult. In that, this is more like a death simulator, essentially, is what this is. I find myself dying in this game over and over and over again due to its difficulty. This is made by, it's very impressive, it's made by one man. And he has created a game that I feel is almost, like, superior to most other games that have been created by a team. Now, at face value, you can see that this is your fairly typical survival style of game. I am beating a tree with an axe, which I suppose happens in basically every game that is survivally in nature ever made. And every once in a while, I pick up some plants. And that is absolutely true. You do those things. You can also build bases and, you know, kill animals and harvest them and do all kinds of upgrades and farm, and there's animal husbandry. Basically what it is there's a lot of damn things that you can do in this game, and it is very, very new. It's on early access. That is a bear, and he will beat the living shit out of us if I go near him, so I'm going to walk the other way. That's how you survive. Basically, there you go. There's the tip. I'm sure you may have watched other, like, professional survivors giving you tips on how to survive in the wild. That's really all you need to know. If you see a bear, walk the other damn direction, because in a fist fight, you're not going to win. We have an axe. There's also wolves around here. Every once in a while, I get all paranoid like they're looking at me. We also have a 9mm pistol, which I've never tried to kill a bear with a 9mm pistol, but I imagine it's not exactly the weapon of choice. Because for the most part, bears are really big, and they probably just look at you and call you a dick after being shot. In fact, they would probably just be more angry after being shot than they were just having you in their territory, like messing up the environment. So, Smokey over there can stay exactly where the hell he is. I'm not going near him. He shouldn't come near me. And there's a wolf right there. We need to keep away from that, because that will also beat the living crap out of us. Basically, anything that is not you in this game will beat the living crap out of you. Now, that as it is, I can't just stay on the outskirts of the game. I have to move inward, because one of the ways to get loot in this game is to loot boxes. Now, I imagine the idea that the developer has is to eventually introduce, like, you know, places of interest and stuff. Like things that are cool. And that you would imagine you would get loot from. Like, I don't know, big towers or outposts or buildings or something. But the game has a lot of systems in it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the building system in this game is very, very thorough. To the point where this is probably one of the better building games. This is probably one of the better survival games that has a building aspect that I have seen in a long time. Which is good, because you have, you know, when it comes to survival games, Jesus, it's like fucking bear country out here. What is this? There's a bear over there, there's a bear over there. The grizzly bears are obviously much worse than the black bears, I think. I don't know, I've died to both of them. I wasn't really like, I didn't have a stopwatch to see which one had killed me faster. I just know that I ended up dying to both. But anyway, when it comes to survival games, there's some scrap iron on the ground. There's only so many things that you can do right. You can obviously have a very good survival style to the game, meaning, you know, like hunger and thirst, and you've got to forage for resources, and you've got some sort of, I don't know, I almost said anonymous, some sort of anonymity style critter trying to come for you and kill you. In the forest, it's cannibals. In the long dark, it's wolves and blizzards. In this game, it's animals, but if you build enough, eventually NPCs will also move into your territory and try and blast you in the face. Because just, you know, just a bear trying to eat you isn't bad enough. This is what I'm talking about. This is where the loot is. You gotta grab these things every once in a while. A couple of bottles of water there, which isn't bad at all. There's also other loot crates that have, like, ammo in them, which would be fantastic if we could find that. There's a little bunny. What was that? Oh, right there. See that 85 of 85 hit points? You got your, I don't know, almost D&D style heads-up display there when it comes to the hit points. Which is kind of weird for a survival game. Usually you don't get, like, hit points in a survival game. It's usually either it's alive or it's dead. But in this one, things have levels, and I imagine so will we. That is a wolf right there, just kind of hanging out, looking at me forlornly. And the idea is that I would assume... Oh, damn it. Man, there's like... If there wasn't enough bears, there's enough wolves. Obviously, these things are all like meat for us that we could eventually kill and use to feed ourselves. I'm also trying to look for fiber plants, which basically look like, I don't know, little shitty plants that aren't as impressive as the other plants. That's really a good description of them. Like, this is an impressive plant, but a fiber plant is much less impressive. It looks very twig-like, and like it wouldn't do very much. But in actuality, it has a great amount of purpose and cause. And that purpose and cause is to, like this right over here, is to allow us to make ropes. Oh, that was blueberries, which apparently looks a lot like a fiber plant. So this should be a fiber plant, or marijuana. No, that's medicinal herbs. Okay, so as you can see, I don't really know what any of these plants look like. I'm just guessing. But now I have it. This one will be medicinal. See, now I'm a pro at this game. But either way, we need all of these plants. So getting medicinal plants or blueberry plants or whatever is just fine. Now, once you get a couple of items like we have right now, you can go over to your inventory here, and you can do a couple things. You can like split things apart. You can take items too, and you can combine them. So you drag one item over another item. You can mix it into a berry drink. And if you hover over this, it'll tell you, it would give you, you know, obviously 0 protein because there's no damn meat in this. That'd be weird. A nice meat beverage. Fruit and vegetables, hunger, and hydration. So, as far as survival is concerned, very survival-y. In that you have many categories, not just hunger. There's a little chicken that's like spazzing out because we're near it. You don't just have hunger. You have all these different food sources that you have to find. So, I think that that's kind of cool. I appreciate the fact that it's not just like, oh, you know, you can eat the same thing forever and you'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like, you could just eat one food and survive off of that, because it's not exactly realistic. I suppose there's some foods that you could potentially survive off of for a long, long time. But, like, you know, if all you had was, like, cashews or something like that, I don't know how long you would just want to sit there eating cashews. We got some ammo casings, which is good. We're gonna need some gunpowder as well, because we're gonna want to make a lot more bullets for this gun. The amount of bullets that we have is not enough. I kind of like the snow area because it's very easy to see things because there's so much less foliage. You can see over here, like, this plant is very easy to see. Now there's also, you can see up there at the top left, a meter for the cold. 4 degrees Celsius right now in this snow area. That's not bad at all. I mean, considering we're at the top of a friggin' mountain. The map, not a bad size, I would say. I would say this is a pretty decent size. We got a wolf that's right in the way of our progress. So let's, like right in the way of our progress. Actually, you know what? Let's take this wolf out. Might as well. I'll kill something for you guys. Oh my god! Oh shit! Yeah, just stay right there. Really? Alright, hold on. Let me aim up here. There we are. Wolf down. We just broke our leg. But now that we have this wolf here, let us go ahead and grab our axe and then carve into the wolf. Now, to carve into the wolf, you have to actually, like, get on the ground. And then I had to do a hotbar or a hotkey reassignment for use because it didn't come with one, which was pretty interesting. Let's grab all of its delicious meat and fat and hide and everything because that's what wolves exist for. And we have a broken leg right now. So we're going to have to deal with that at some point. But in the meantime, I would like to grab this particular thing over here. I don't know how you deal with these things. There's a bunch of other items over here that you can kind of click on. This is all your building things. And you get a lot more as you begin to build your base command unit, because right now you can see it's very small, the amount of stuff that we can do. Okay, so we can make a splint. We just need sticks and bandages. So to make sticks, you go over to your chunk of wood over here. Well, actually, we don't even need to do that. Go into this part of the building menu. See right here, sticks. We'll build a couple of these because sticks are always pretty damn useful, and I imagine we're going to need them at all times. Let's go ahead and craft a splint. And after we get the splint done, we'll go ahead and wear it while we're doing that. You can still move a little bit while you are crafting. Very akin to maybe like rust, I would say, almost. in its crafting style. That's probably the best comparison that I can find. There's another medical bin, so that's pretty good. Of course, it would probably have a splint on it, knowing my luck. Let's go ahead and sprint our broken leg. There we go. Now we can finally move at a normal pace again. What will this have inside of it? Yes, have a splint. Make me into a jackass. No, but it has some cotton plant seeds and some electrical components. Electrical components are very, very useful because they build basically all of the good stuff that comes later in the game. I still want to hang around this snowy area for a little bit, just because, again, if I could find some more, like, of the fibrous plants, I would really like to get them. Now, like any survival game, there's some level of grinding to this, meaning, like, you're going to have to grab shit and build with it. So it's not just one of those things where, like, you're ready to build a base in, like, 10 minutes. You have to go out and you have to get enough wood and enough other items to be able to build that base. In fact, while we're here, and this tree is right here because it looked at me wrong, let's go ahead and chop it down. Again, in any survival game, we all know that destroying the environment is essentially how we survive. In fact, I think that we have a couple of the fibers. So right there, we can go over to here and start making at least one piece of cordage. We are going to need a lot more pieces of cordage than this, though. This is not at all in any way going to be enough. In fact, it's nowhere near enough. I would say, man, we're going to need like at least 10 cordage. So we're going to be looking for fiber plants forever. Which, every time I play this game, I think that trying to find fiber plants and trying to find just loot boxes are the two things that stunt my ability of progress the most. So let's go back into a more green area, an area with more greenery. Perhaps we can find some more fiber if we hang out over here. All right, I think we're getting somewhere, man. Yes! Oh, it's freaking blueberries. Damn it! The blueberries are fooling me, man. I mean, blueberries are good too. I mean, it's a way for us to survive and eat and things. But I would much rather have fiber so that... Oh, shit. Oh, there we go. Okay, see, we don't want that at all near us. Now, unlike in the long dark, you can sprint away from wolves, and they don't mind that much. But I definitely wanted that plant, so I had to, like, skirt death a little bit. The bears are the worst, though, and the reason why is because they don't make a lot of noise, and usually they're, like, right on top of you by the time you've realized that you've come far too close to them. Let's check this out. Now, you have to hold down your use button when you check these out. Oh, more blueberries, huh? We're gonna make all kinds of freaking blueberry drink up in here, which is fine. Blueberry is one of my favorite flavors when it comes to fruity drinks. Inside of here, this looks like a supply. Yeah, building supplies, man. Wow, we got a lot of electrical components now. In fact, in the grand scheme of things, we are doing pretty damn good. Like I said, the biggest problem is just going to be finding enough fibers in order for me to stay alive. We can live on blueberries for a little bit. So, oop, that's a big-ass bear. Well, I guess all bears are fairly big. I don't think that there's any, like, baby bears in this game where you would just look at it and be like, oh, it's so cute. Oh, all right, you heard that. Wolf around that way. That's the other issue, too, is that you're going to end up finding wolves on the other side of, like, hills and such. So you don't really know that you are heading toward a wolf until you're on top of said wolf. I think that that is just a plant. Every once in a while, I thought I saw a piece of scrap metal, which is also very good. We also need scrap metal. More medicinal herbs, because why not? There we go. That's the scrap metal I'm talking about. Now, how big is the map? For like a solo player, I feel it's pretty big. And that's all the game has right now. It's just solo play at the moment. Obviously, the plan is to continue to add multiplayer, which would be very interesting. Ooh, I see a box and another box. This is quite a decent find over here. I consider these, like, I don't know, airdrops or something. Maybe someone's dropping them down because they feel bad for us. That is really good. I wonder if we can start making any 9mm rounds. We need a little bit more gunpowder. So if we can find another piece of that would be great, because we used almost all of our gunpowder. Or not all of our gunpowder, but all of our rounds on that one wolf that was kind of like trying to waylay us. Oh, there we go. A bunch of cordage. Oh, that's sweet. That was actually, like, a lot of cordage. Probably the best find that I've had inside of a box. Just because, again, it takes frickin' 2 fiber plants to make 1 cordage. And you're gonna see, if we start making just foundations and stuff to put up like a little shitty primitive base, those cordages go by really fast. Now, there's so much to see in this game when it comes to the appearance. He did a fantastic job at making the game look very good. Again, one guy doing this. So, I gotta give him props for that. The look of the game, the sky... Oh, shit. Right over there, okay. The look of the game, the sky... Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Oh, no. Okay, now the bear is really bad to have on us. I'm hoping that bear is not coming at us. I don't think it is. I was going to say, because we are, like, fresh out of stamina. You can see at the bottom right of the board, or the bottom right of the game, is where you get your health and your stamina from. Now, it looks like in this game, your health regenerates by itself over time, which is nice. I hate it in games where, like, you never naturally heal and you just have to constantly... Damn it, come on, man. Grab these medical herbs right there. Skirted kind of close there, but it looked like that wolf just didn't care. I hate it in games where you have no choice but to get medical, like, supplies in order to heal yourself. I mean, you should heal naturally a little bit. Now, obviously, the speed at which we're healing is probably completely inappropriate. But the game just came out on early access a couple of days ago. I had it previous to that. I was talking with the developer, very cool guy, and I've been doing so much for YouTube right now, and you guys know, well, those of you that have been with the channel for a little while, you know, I work a lot, and on top of that, I have a family. I mean, I am a family man, so I have that responsibility as well, which is very important to me, and I try and get as many new games out as I can, because I love checking out these new games. This is part of my favorite... This is like one of my favorite things about YouTube. Besides getting to talk with you guys, is just getting the opportunity to see all these new different games and stuff like that. There's a lot of cool games out there that don't get their freaking due. I'll tell you what. And this is one of them that has a lot of potential. It's just a game that's a little bit weird for me to play because it takes a while to get started. I think once you get started in the game and you have like a cool base and you're dealing with like raider attacks and stuff like that, there's a whole new dimension to this game, and it just gives it a lot more flavor. So I'm hoping to get to that point. The only issue is I would have to play a lot of it not on camera. And I don't like playing a lot of stuff not on camera, because I would prefer for you guys to see, like, how the game works. So if I find some sort of horrible glitch or some sort of issue, I can show you guys. By the same token, if I find something that works appropriately and it's, you know, frickin', it's making me able to succeed, I want to be able to share that technique with you too. So, I'll definitely do edits. And I'm going to constantly try to edit out a lot of the grindy stuff. But I also want to keep enough information into the game so that I'm not jipping you. And I'm allowing you to see the game in its entirety. Basically, how the game works in its entirety. Because like I said, you know, it's a good game. You should get the opportunity to see at least most of it. Let me walk around here and see if I can find some more fibers, though, so we can get a little bit of building done. This is a pretty cool little rock structure over here. I never really noticed this before, and I doubt I've been around the entire map. But you can see the sun is starting to go down, man. That really sucks. That probably means that we are going to have to eventually get a fire going, because when it is night outside, it is very, very dark. That is another freaking bear. I thought for a second there it was a box, because, you know, the brown of the bear and the brown of the box can sometimes blend together. Although one will kill you and the other will not. So, one aids you, and the other aids in your death. And, quite honestly, the bear can go to hell. Oh, that is a box right over here. I can see it right now. Let's go ahead and grab this. Looks like a ammo box, perhaps? Yeah, a little ammo sign on there definitely gives it away. We've got some decent ammo now. I just have to continue to get more of these fibers and the like. Now, luckily, we don't need any kind of fiber to make a campfire or anything. Oh, is that two boxes right next to one another? Holy shit. Talk about luck, man. As long as there's no bears around here, I'm gonna grab both of these bitches. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It's tactical, too. You can see it's all camoed up. Go ahead and grab both of these. I haven't seen any, like, locked boxes yet, so I'm kind of happy about that. Man, we have a lot of ammo now. This is surprisingly good. I think when we make our camp, I'm gonna want to make it close to the zone border, just so that, like, things can only attack us from one direction. And like I said, you've got a dynamic day and night, which is pretty darn nice. You have at least some biomes. From what I've seen, basically right now, you just have a, you know, like a grasslands biome, and then a, whatchamacallit, like a winter-style biome. More medical supplies here. I'll definitely take all those as well. But it's not bad. Like I said, I think that there's room for growth here, but by the same token, this is a fantastic base of a game. Okay, I see one more box. We're probably gonna go ahead and grab this, and then we've got to find a place to hide out because, like, it's getting legitimately extremely dark. And playing in the dark is probably not very fun. In fact, I'm probably going to try and just survive in the dark for at least the first night until we could, like, start getting some fire and some lights and stuff like that. Guys, hope you're enjoying Subsistence. This is a very interesting new game. I kind of enjoy it a lot. I just really want to get into the building portion of it. I know my building isn't the greatest, but that's why I play these games, to get better at base building. Until next time, folks, stay foxy and much love.